Hello and welcome to the Retreading Business YouTube channel. In episode 15 of the Retreadcast, we included an interview with Azhar Wazir, the president of the Tyre Retreading Manufacturers Association of Malaysia and the general manager of Loong Tyre Management. Here now is that interview in full.
Today on the Retreadcast, we're going over to Malaysia to talk about the latest trends in the retreading market in that part of the world. And we're very pleased to be able to welcome Azhar Wazir, the president of TRMAM, the Malaysian Tyre Retreaders Association, who is also general manager of Loong Tyre Management. Good morning, Azhar, and welcome to the Retreadcast.
Yeah, good morning over you, and evening in Malaysia now, actually.
Well, let's begin by talking firstly about the question that everyone is talking about at the moment, and that is, how has the COVID pandemic affected the retreading sector in Malaysia, and what's the current situation?
Okay, basically it's already over a year. So basically when we initially, during the pandemic, actually all retreaders can't operate actually for about first 3 months because of unclear by the government side. So there's these are the third, actually currently is a third MCO, Malaysian Control Movement order been implemented in Malaysia. So initially was very bad, actually we can't operate, so a lot of company is facing a lot of issues, cash flow depleting and kind of thing. And then after the MCO2, there's all companies start to recover, and then there's a lot of backlog actually. So during MCO2, the production was quite high, even though it affected the productivity because of restriction of people, and then we have to adhere a lot of SOPs. But during that recovery, I think now actually when it comes to MCO3, there's other issue actually. Material has gone up, the casing is very difficult. Also, the cost of casing is increasing. So, and furthermore, because this MCO, there's slow of movement in the transportation, and so it affects the sales also. And then the challenging now actually is sales slightly going down, and then the cost is going up. So there's a challenging is facing by all the retreaders in Malaysia at the moment. So is and we do not know when this will over, because currently the numbers of COVID is getting higher and higher. And then because government tried to speed up the vaccination program, so they try to balance, but still in the first week of an MCO, so we couldn't see actually. We still looking the numbers every day is a new record recorded in terms of number of cases and also death. So we hope this thing curb down, but the government has taken seriously now going to do a lot of implementation, because they can't afford to total lockdown at the moment, because of a lot of people still depending on daily income. So but now the enforcement team is going to the mall, because there's the area that concentration of people a lot there. So we hope to see numbers going down, but the vaccination program is speeding up at the moment. They're ramping up the numbers of vaccination daily. So we hope over the time it will go down. That's what we really hope. But if not, everybody, not only retreading business, all business actually is fighting seriously now in Malaysia actually. That's all.
Well, let's hope it evens itself out soon. Well, tell me a little bit about the current trends in the retread market in Malaysia. How have the sales been going over the course of the last year or so?
Currently, the trend of initially the trend, I would say there's a mix, because there's opportunity, and also because there's a lot of Chinese new tires coming in. So that's another factor whereby there's competition there. So, but there's opportunity because of the importation of tires also is very expensive now because of the shipment cost is increasing. So, and also the conscious level of transporter, so now they try to reduce their cost. So they are looking, some companies start optimizing their retread tire, and some start using retread retrading. So it depends on company strategy to take this opportunity. But overall trend actually is a mix now because of the in what I call insecure of current environment actually.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about opportunities in the market. Are there any other opportunities for retraders in Malaysia going forward that might help the market recover and improve?
There's opportunity actually because depend on the company, but certain company, I would say these are the time we spend a lot of time with the transporter. We send our technical people, some send technical people to sit down with them, how to reduce their tire cost, because tire is one of the main cost driver. I think about third highest cost driver in fleet maintenance. So by doing that, actually, certain company managed to get new customer, managed to increase, and one or two company actually during the times last year actually they hit better performance. Some, not many, but others. Some because now the transporter company is very choosy now because they have time to test the retread tire, so they are very selective now. So because they have time to check the performance of a new tire and also retread tire, and these are the things that what happening now. So there's opportunity. So overall, on top of that, the Chinese tire also actually increase price also increase. I think almost every month due to the material and also the shipment price still at the moment still a problem importing of Chinese tire to Malaysia. So that is the what I call opportunities whereby is affecting currently, whereby some company we need to take the opportunity in this scenario actually.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the other question I had is that, you know, where there are opportunities, there are also challenges, of course. So, is there anything else that you'd like to add in terms of the
challenges? Actually, there is, because currently the policy of Malaysia now, by most of the company actually is hired foreign worker basically, but due to this, I think the Malaysian has stopped, has instructed not to recruit. So whenever expired, the foreign worker, their permit, so they have to go back, and then we cannot replace. So, but at the moment, our challenge is actually to try to promote this idea to get these Malaysian, the local people to work, whereby the local people actually prefer more to service industries, okay, rather than manufacturing like a retread, because it's a hot environment. What I call this heavy duty. So these are the things that. But anyway, we got no choice. Okay, government gives some incentive on that. But we got no option. But we have to find local people to replace the foreign worker. So now most of the retrader now, once the permits expired, so they got no choice. And then some company go for automation, bigger company, but because of the what I call economy not that good, actually we got no choice. I think most of the companies still have to get the worker from local. There's no option. So they have to offer better salary, that kind of thing. But because the number of worker unemployed is a lot, but sometimes they are very choosy. But some we need to aggressively to find some people that sometimes they do not know so we need to promote through media, to social media, to recruit these local people actually to join the retrading company. So that is the main challenge actually. On top of cost increase, so the labor also affecting all the retraders basically at the moment.
So let's talk a little bit about the issues caused by Chinese truck tires around the world. Of course, this issue has affected many different markets. The variations in tariffs, for example, has caused problems in different markets. What's the current trend in Malaysia with regards to the impact of cheap Chinese tires?
Okay, the Chinese Tyre has been deliberately discussed at the government level. In fact, I was the technical committee of the tyre, rim and valve for Malaysian standard. So we have been discussing because normally all cheap substandard Chinese tyre, they come with DOT standard only. They don't come out, a good company, a reputable company, Chinese tyre, they will come with DOT as well as EMARC, whereby the one is whether they export to Europe. So basically Malaysia initially tried to not to accept DOT, but I think our international ministry wouldn't dare to do that. I think they don't want to have any problem later on with the US or the Chinese. So they're still accepting. But in discussion, we have proposed in future to be something like Indonesia. They only accept SNI as whatever tire to come in. So Malaysia, we have the MS1394. So by doing that, in fact, few Chinese tire already with MS1394. Actually, they already have EMA, they already have DOT. But by having this only, still under review by the ministry. So, but definitely because of this, what happened to Malaysia? We are lacking. We are shortage of good casing actually because of this. So that's why because of shortage of this, and then we need to import the casing from elsewhere, such as Japan, Australia, Taiwan. But now the challenges actually in Taiwan. In fact, tariff for importing for Malaysia is 30% for used tire casing. And this Chinese tire, new tire, the tariff has been reduced from 20% to 5% for new tire. So benefit to the cheap Chinese tire because they have the tariff has been reduced. So this create more competition within the retailer, and then we have to pay the 30% duty import duty for used tire. And now more problem because of the casing also is getting expensive because Japan, they are selling to another new market, also like South Africa, and there's a lot of demand also by the Europe side. So because of that, because more profitable is selling in that country, so the casing cost now actually is increasing to Malaysia. So these are the real challenging now on top of other material increase. The main casing also is increasing now. So that is a challenge to us to compete with Chinese tire, in fact. So that is the current situation in Malaysia. So to stop, I think at the moment government don't want to take that kind of thing, but they will maybe propose something like Indonesia to accept. They must have Malaysian standard MS134. Currently, it's a voluntary standard actually, whereby it's equivalent to EMARC standard, to European standard basically.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what the association is doing in the market. What are the key programs that you're engaged in at the moment?
Okay, basically we intend to do a lot of technical sharing basically among the retreaders. So we can call the leader in this retreader, but at the moment because of this restriction movement, we can't do the seminar at the moment. But our main activity actually we involve directly with the government side because they are developing new standard now for the retreading MS224 2019 version. We are at the final stage, so we have input and also actually awareness about the retread in Malaysia is still low because on the customer side. So because there is a mix actually, there's a what I call authorized or approved retreader, and there's a junkyard, I think there's but without any approval. So the customer do not know. So now we educate, we involve with the government, and then also we do the campaign and also the awareness to the transporter through association, so that they're aware about the standard to be used. Not only looking on the price, but they must be legal first. because should there be any problem to the tire, actually it will involve a lot of insurance and that. So we are putting effort, sharing solo. By doing that, we noticed that they are not aware about this, so they thought that Retread, they do not know how to check. But now we, through the government agency, so they call us and then we participate together with them to share this information with them about the standard, about the how to check the standard through, because there's an online website actually created by our authority for them to check whether the company supply the tire is legal or not legal. I mean, it's that how to check from the tire to the certification level. So that's what we at the moment we evolve hand in hand with the road transport department of Malaysia, Malaysian Rubber Board, to input our problem actually and our challenging at the moment, and also through the government on the licensing side, how to curb this illegal tire in the market. So that is the currently activity. But I think we will plan actually through online. I think I already plan online education. I mean, to the all Retreader, so that we lift up our standard, because now they can refer to company that already achieve European standard R109 actually. I think Kilong already achieved that level. I think everybody can follow to step up the standard, so that our opportunity not only local, we can in fact export to other country. So these are the things that are already being done, already there in Malaysia, for everybody to follow and to step up their level in retrading.
Okay, so let's move on to what the suppliers are doing in the market. What do you think the opportunities are for Malaysian tread rubber manufacturers?
Okay, the supplier actually they have more opportunities. I have talked to them, and then some feedback actually in Europe, basically, because this kind of industry like pre-cure retread liner actually is an environmental issue in Europe. I think there's a lot of restriction, or a lot of compliance they need to comply. There's a lot of control in. So the diversion, or importing of PTL actually more towards a South Asian country. So now actually they have more opportunity, because labor also in Malaysia is cheaper. So there's opportunity for them to export. In fact, they have export few countries, some of the suppliers. But at the moment, because of the pandemic, so has caused them slower demand from Europe, but they already started to export. In fact, I can refer directly to like K Rubber, so they already started to go overseas. Other companies also same thing, but due to the environment, the main factor due to environmental cost very cost the others country as European, they divert their importation from other countries. So I can see that the trend is going towards that. In fact, not only that, in fact, retrading also, there's opportunity. So that only the challenging of the local retrader, they need to reach the international level of retrading process. For example, a few companies in Malaysia manage to export, or other companies send the casing here and we retrade and we export back to their country. So these are opportunities that still are that already there, only have to back up on their technology at the moment.
Okay, so the last question I had was also with regard to suppliers. So what do you think that suppliers can do themselves to help bolster the market and provide support for retraders going forward?
At the moment, the supplier also facing a very tough challenge actually, because of the price of the raw material increase. So what they did actually, most of the supplier, they are giving longer terms, credit term to the company, and some still sustain their price. And then even though some already increase their price, they give longer, longer term for because of basically everybody is facing a cash flow problem at the moment. So hoping that they can recover their business very fast. But that is the only thing that when I discuss with this supplier, the only thing that they can afford to give actually at the moment, because they have to absorb the cost, and also their productivity also is getting low because of this a lot of restriction. And these are the things that only at the moment that they can offer to the retrader at the moment.
Okay, well, thank you very much. That brings us to the end of our interview today. Thank you once again for your time, and we look forward to welcoming you on the Retreadcast again in the future.
Thank you, Mr. David. You are welcome. So see you next time.